Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and you're highly welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I actually cut and sew this simple shift dress with bell sleeve and an opening in front, just the same way you see like this. So if you're interested to know how I actually cut and sew this dress step by step, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe, like and share as well. So guys, this is the fabric I'll be making use of in this project. I have about 1.5 yard of this fabric, so I'm going ahead to fold it into 4 because I'll be cutting both the back and the front piece together. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and insert my measurement. So from the upper side, which is the shoulder line, to the waistline, I'll mark my waistline of 15 inches and then draw a straight line to this side. And then from the waistline, I'll be going down for about 8 inches, which will actually serve as my hip point, and also draw a straight line to this side. And then the full length I'll be making use of, I'll place my tape at the shoulder line and then I will draw the fabric up because the table is not long enough, so I will draw it. So the length I'm making use of is 36 inches. That's the length I actually want it to be. And then I have this excess at the downside, so I'm adding 1 inch, making it 37 inches because of folding at the downside. So I'll just draw a straight line and connect it to this side as well. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to be marking my shoulder. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark the 7.5 inches, and then I'll be adding half an inch for sewing allowance, making it 8 inches. Alright, so now for the neck width, I'm making use of 3 inches, and the depth for the back is 1.5 inches. So the depth for the front, I'm making use of 3 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect the back neck depth to the neck width, and then the front neck depth to the neck width, just the same way you see like this. So the next thing is that I'm going to be from that shoulder line, I'm going down by 1 inch, which will actually serve as the shoulder slope. I'll use my tape and then connect it to the neck width from that side, just the same way you see like that. And then from the 1 inch that I actually marked down, I'll be marking 7.5 inches for my armhole opening. So I'm just marking the 8 inches that I actually marked at the upper side, so that I will know where it actually stop. Alright, so now I'll just go ahead and connect a straight line to that point. I'll be dividing the 7.5 inches into 2. I'll go ahead and place it and mark the midpoint, and then I'll be going in by half of an inch. That's for the front. Alright, I'll go in by half an inch, and then I will just be connecting it starting from there. But before I do that, I'll be dividing my bust measurement by 4 is 8.5. I'll go ahead and mark it, and then I'll just be connecting the armhole. I went there to curve the armhole just the same way you see like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is that the back is not going to be as deep as the front, so it's just going to be just the same way I connected it right here. Right, so now I'm going to be adding 1 inch for ease because it's a shift dress, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance for the bust side. Okay, so I added extra 2 inches, 1 inch for ease, 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll be dividing my waist as well. I'll divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it and then add 1 inch for sewing allowance, and then 1 inch for ease as well. So for the hip side as well, I'll also divide my hip measurement by 4. I'll mark it, add 1 inch for sewing allowance, and then 1 inch for ease as well. So what I have here on the hip side, I'm going to be transferring it to the hem of the dress, to the downside of this dress. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and place that same measurement, including the sewing allowance and ease allowance that I have on the hip. I'll mark it, and then I'm still adding extra 2 inches at the downside because it's going to open. It's a shift dress. Okay, it's going to open, it's not going to be straight. So I'll just go ahead and connect all the points together. And starting from the bust, I'll mark to my waistline, and then I'll connect it all the way to the hip line, and then all the way to the measurement that I marked at the downside, just the same way you see like this. So from this waistline, I'm just like trying to mark it so that it will not be sharp from there. Okay, and then for the front, there is going to still be an opening. Okay, because this thing doesn't have a zipper. I went down from the 3 inches by 4, and then I went in from there by half of an inch to actually create the opening. So I'm just going to slant it like that to meet the 4 inches that I marked at the downside. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and cut the back first, and then I'll cut the armhole, and then cut the back because I need to cut the back first before cutting the front. So I'll just go ahead and cut the sides just the same way you see like this. Don't cut the front armhole first, cut the back and then the back neckline. The down is going to be the same thing, so I'm just going to cut it the same, just the same way you see like that. So I'll remove all the pins that I have there, and then I will be cutting back the front measurements. I'll still place it back to actually cut it out. So I'll carefully still arrange the fabric, and I will go ahead and cut the armhole for the front because it's deeper than the back, okay, just the same way I explained. So for the neck line as well, I will go ahead and open up this measurement that I actually marked, the opening that is going to be in front. I will open it, I will cut it out, and then cut the neckline at the upper side as well. So this is what I have after I was done cutting. This is how it's going to look like, okay. So now the next thing is that I'm going to be cutting a piece that we'll use and turn it out. I actually placed the piece folded, and then I'll just go ahead and cut it out just the same way you see like this, right? Cut from the shoulder line as well because it's not going to reach from this side, so I'll just open it up and then I'll be carving it just the same way you see like that. I'll cut it and carve it like this. So this is what I have. This is what I'll be using to turn the front with. So I'll be placing the right sides of it facing each other, and then I'll just go ahead and sew it and turn it to the other side. So for the back as well, I placed the fabric into two because the back is folded as well. It's actually folded, so I'll also go ahead and cut a piece that I'll be using to turn it out. So I'll be placing the right sides as well. I'll sew it and also turn it and neatly iron it. So guys, this is what I have after I was done sewing and then ironing it, so it actually stays in place. I use my hemming gum to actually hem it so that it will stay in place, it will not be flipping. And then I did the same thing to this front as well. I actually sew it and then turn it over to this other side just the same way you see like this, and I use my hemming gum as well to actually hem it so that it will not be flipping over. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'll be placing the right sides facing each other. I'll open it up like this on the shoulder line, and then I'll go ahead and sew it on my sewing machine. I will do the same thing to the other side as well. So guys, this is what I have after I was done sewing. So because it's actually flipping from here, I'll be using this hemming gum to actually hem it, neatly hem it so that it will stay in place as well. So for the sleeve, I folded it into 4. I have 2 sleeves here, and then the length that I have here is 22.5 inches. If you have more than that, this was the only fabric remaining, so I did not get the length that I actually wanted. So now I'm just going ahead to go down by 4 inches for cap size, and then I'll just measure my armhole. Basically I'll just measure it, and then add extra allowance for sewing. All right, so I'll just go ahead and carve it there. I'm just using my free hand to actually do everything. I will just carve it from there. And then for the downside, it depending on how you want the bell sleeve to open. If you don't want it to open too much, you will not do it too much, but me, I marked 14 inches, so I'll go ahead and connect it from the upper side all the way to the 14 inches. That's sewing allowance inclusive, okay? So if you don't want your bell sleeve not to be this open, you reduce it, and if you want it to be more than this, you will still increase it, but this one was okay for me. So for the arm, I actually went there to measure it to be sure of what I had there, and then I'll just go ahead and cut it out just the same way you see me doing in this video. So guys, this is what I have after I was done cutting the bell sleeve. I have 2 of the sleeves at once, okay? So I'll just be using it to fix on the dress. So I've gone ahead to fold the downside of the sleeve. I did the same thing to this side. I went ahead to fix it on the dress as well, all right? Went ahead to fix it on the dress just the same way you see like this. So now I'll be placing the right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and sew it all the way to the downside. I'll sew it and then to the downside, all right? And from this side as well, I'll also fold it, the right sides facing each other. I'll go ahead and sew it, measure my armhole from there. I'll actually sew it and then sew all the way to the downside just the same way you see like this. So when I'm done, I'll also be folding the downside. So I'll be folding, the white part is going to be inside, okay? I'll fold it and then sew it all the way around. So guys, this is what I have after I was done doing that. I went ahead to close the sides, and this is how it is looking like. This is how the sleeves are looking like, and this is how the body of the dress is looking like. The downside as well, I went ahead to fold it into two just the same way I explained to you guys. Okay, so this is how the back also looks like. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Like the video and also share it as well. So this is the end result of the gown. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, please subscribe if you haven't done so for more sewing content, for more amazing content. See you in my next video. Bye.